can identify your calling, identify the area of your specialization. Have a dream. If you have a dream, don't just dream. You need to be specific about dreaming. You need to be specific about what you want. If you're dreaming of having a car, you need to see it in your mind. See even the color of the car, the color of the seat, the sound, the music you're going to play in that particular car.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Maphanga, DE_ the president. As you know, that it's about time. Let's talk with the president. With me, I'm with one of well-educated, honorable Mr Bongani Sibisi. Men Atlango Ivory Park, Elo Hore, Udira the unthinkable. I'm chilled with the honorable. How you say?
Are you still talking about me, or are you talking about somebody else? Because
I'm talking about you. Going through your profile, going through everything, I see that education is in your DNA.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Bongani Sibisi. I believe that you went to primary school.
Yes.
And I believe again that you went to secondary school.
Yes.
Take us through.
I'm a product of Ivory Park. Ivory Park is called the baby of Tembisa, meaning it was developed after this new land was established. We used to stay in Tembisa, and there was this new land which was established, and it was called Ivory Park. So we're from Okmo, coming this side, yeah. So I grew up here in Ivory Park. Went to Ebomini Primary School, and my secondary I went to Umqhele Comprehensive School. That's why I completed my grade 12.
So after completing the grade 12, you didn't have a gap year. You didn't go to university. You didn't go to college. You decided to go spanning.
Yeah.
So looking at your profile now, somebody never thought, or somebody sitting somewhere far from you will never think that you studied where everybody studied. We talk about work. We talk about working in restaurants, couple of shops and whatsoever. Can you just please take me through after your grade 12?
Okay. After my grade 12, I was not lucky enough to get a bursary, and this is why it's a challenge of many of us. Bursaries are limited, and coming from a very disadvantaged background like mine, you will see that it's not easy for my parents, or possible for my parents to be able to fund my studies or to fund me to go further. As I told you earlier on, that I've been raised by a single parent selling fruits and veg, so it was very difficult for them to can fund me. So instead of me complaining that my parents are poor, I had to make a plan. My plan, it was for me to go and educate myself. So how can you educate yourself without the funds? I had to start to look for a job. I started my job or my career as a griller at Spare Restaurant. Yeah, I was grilling burgers.
Oh, masingena bewu.
Imbe nginishayela ama burger. Yeah.
How did you manage to obtain some of the qualifications that you have now?
Okay. At night, I'll be at work. During the day, I'll be at school. So I can disclose that I used to earn around 1.5 per month.
Which year was that?
2005.
Hey, you were earning?
No, it was not. It was very little. Look, I had a dream. I had to transport myself. I need to eat. I need to dress myself, you know. So there were times whereby it was very, very difficult for me to even sustain myself with that money, which means you need to sacrifice. I used to be a yellow bone, Baba. So some of the things I've done, I've sacrificed my skin. I used to walk from Ivory Park to Midrand, where I studied, because I couldn't afford to take a taxi. My salary was not sufficient enough for me to transport myself to school and back. Yes, so I had to do some sacrificing. So one of the sacrifices, I have to walk 1 hour 30 minutes to Midrand and 1 hour 30 minutes back home.
Okay, let's
yeah, Benkeleza.
And then Mountain to Keleza is pan.
Yeah, Mountain is Kela. I walk in Zaping, Zenzini. From Zenzini, I walk to a station. Nyabambi train to Centurion. From Centurion, station, I walk around 30 minutes in Yalapani Center Road.
What was motivating you to struggle that much?
We cannot say it's a struggling, it's pushing. We can say what motivated me to push. It is hunger and desire to become something. I knew that one day I'll become something or someone. I knew that everything is possible if you put your mind and your focus into it.
So during your era, after earning that 1 point something a month, you didn't think of buying some Gista Raw, didn't think of buying some sneakers, but you decided to invest the little that you have in education, believing that the very same thing that you're investing in a couple of years it will be the one carrying you up.
Exactly. Look, it was not easy talking about clothing and all the stuff. There is a time whereby I wanted to drop out from college because I wanted to make friends, and friends, they didn't want to become my friend. But you know, I'm not fitting their standard. It's not a ladder, it's a matter. So I will become a joke
to them.
Yeah, to them, you know. But I've realized that I'm not there to make friends. I'm there to obtain and acquire qualifications.
And it worked?
Yeah. So as difficult as it was, I managed to push up until I get recognition. You need to be faithful towards your character. That's one thing which I've developed as a person. I became faithful towards my character against all odds. While I was busy working and studying, the principal of the college was observing all my runarounds. It happened that they wanted to empower somebody to become a lecturer. They chose Bongani who wears Hong Kong. They chose Bongani who walks. They chose Bongani who comes from a shed. So if you are faithful towards your character, there might be someone looking at you, want to invest or want to do business with you. But if you start to change, he will change because of you are not what he thinks you are. So, but if you become faithful towards yourself, irrespective of what conditions and situations are happening, you'll be able to attract people who will empower you. So I was empowered. They appointed me to go and study at East London, where I did occupational directed education and training. And therefore, when I come back, I started to become a lecturer.
Then you became a lecturer?
Yes.
The very same Hong Kong Bongani.
Yes.
Became a lecturer.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the education background, the qualification that you managed to collect until now.
After obtaining my teaching qualification, I completed my diploma in customer management, and therefore I never stopped learning. I did human resource management. I did information technology, A+ and N+ for the love of computers.
For the love of it?
Yeah, for the love of Now in Ivory Park, if you have a computer, it was their in thing.
Oh!
Yeah, so
you had to?
Yeah, I had to get one computer, fix it, open it, and do all these things.
Bese baya
figure. So for the love of it, I had to go and do a course in that, and also did civil engineering.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's absolutely a reason why you did a national diploma in law.
Yes.
You just didn't do it for the love of it, but there was a reason why you did it.
Yes.
What was the reason?
I always do things with reason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I will start.
Besides the computer one.
I will start with my engineering one. I'm running a construction business outside.
Okay.
So I've realized that I cannot be in business without proper understanding of what's happening in civil engineering. So I had to go and do something so that I'll be able, when they talk about quantities, when they talk about, I need to understand the construction jargon.
Yeah.
So that I cannot be tempted or lose money or fail into that business because I'm uninformed. So that's why I went to engineering. With law, I'm a very ambitious somebody.
Tell me, I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
Is it easy to study when you have income and a car? than before. Because when looking at Bongani here, Bongani collected so many, and he keeps on learning every day.
There is one question I didn't answer. I think let me answer it first before I come to that one.
Okay.
The question of why did I do law?
Oh, yeah.
As I've said, I'm a very ambitious somebody. I have love for my community. That's one reason I've joined politics full time, to become the change in the community and also to fight corruption which is happening. So my ambitions is to occupy the office of Human Rights Commission or the office of Public Protector. So one of the most basic requirements, you must have law.
Basic requirement?
Yeah, you must have law.
You must have law.
Yes, actually law degree. You must be an advocate.
We're not talking about the big things. We talk about basic, the foundation. In
Yes.
that position, you
Yes.
must have law.
Yes, so that's why I'm busy with law.
That's why you're busy with it.
Yes.
Going somewhere.
Yeah.
So how is Bongani, the one Begat Kogama fake, linked with political things?
Politics, the reason for me to join politics is to change the atmosphere and to empower and become the change in my community. You may ask why I joined the party I'm supporting now.
I didn't want to go there. But you can. Since you started it, you can.
Okay, growing up, I used to... Actually, I was born in Pretoria. At the age of 2-3 years, we moved to Zonke Zizwe in Spruit, Thokoza. So there was certain political party. It was that time of war. So they were killing a boy child.
Yee.
They say they need to kill boy child because when they grow up, they will become ANC members.
Okay.
So now I remember vividly, my mom used to carry me, we run to another section. When you come back, you'll find out your friend who was a male, he was killed and all the stuff. So I grew up wanting to know, what is it with this ANC? Why, yes, why do they think I will be ANC when I grow up? So I started to do more research about ANC and I found out that it's a liberational party.
At what age?
I joined politics full time at the age of 13.
Hey, la abanye bayambasha la. Abanye badlalisa itina, others are at home, others are crying. Ubangani use politics.
Yeah, for interest sake, I joined politics. I was at Umkhele Secondary School when I joined politics there. And there is this organization called COSAS.
Yeah.
Yeah, each one teach one.
Yeah. Napalansan.
Yeah, each one teach one is a student organization, but they support the ruling party, which is the ANC.
Okay.
Guess what? I joined politics. On my very first month, we organized a march, and I was shot on that march.
You joined politics at the very first month.
Yes.
You organized a march.
The COSAS was organizing a march. Yeah, COSAS has been there for...
It's been there.
Yes, so I joined COSAS in school. So they organized a march. So I'm a very vocal and active. I was part of the organizers of that march. We have to support some school. So our march was supposed to move from Ivory Park, go to Johannesburg district offices. So I was shot on that particular day and my parents didn't know until they went into the grave about it.
You were shot?
Got a bullet hole on my leg. On the day, we were supposed to take a train to Johannesburg. We arrived at Limindlela. There were around 300 or 400 police officers there.
They knew about this?
Yes, they closed the station, so we're forced to go back to Ivory Park. So what we did, there is a place called Swazini there.
Yeah. Capital city of Tembisa.
Yeah, so you know young people, what they do, when they have strike or match, they go and do the looting.
Oh,
it was in. So one of the young men said, no, let's go for lunch in Swazini.
Yes.
So all the police started to go with us because they knew that if we go alone, we'll cause chaos there as young people. So fortunately enough, we passed without looting. But when we reached Ivory Park, we said, no, the police must go back. This is Ivory Park. It's our territory. So we started to chant, sing struggle songs. I was at the forefront, of course, very energetic. These police officers started to shoot at us. There is one thing about police I've learned on that day, that they are very strategic. When they shoot, they chase the person they shoot, they shot. They don't care about other people.
Yeah.
So I was shot in the leg and one officer was directly chasing me, leaving other people.
Ekesini yakho.
Yeah, atu yang baba. Ngephathi la hayi ngiyafaga.
Waphuma.
They didn't catch me. Ngathi fence beyenzeka eSwazini and bengihlala ema-6. So ngithe fence ngangena endlini. Shamthangala. Ngangena endlini, I changed my uniform. So in COSAS there is strategic and tactics. We were taught about this thing that during march and strikes, if you are shot, don't go to a hospital, because once you go there you'll be arrested. And indeed,
if you go there,
you'll be arrested. So after the police shot at us, they rushed to Tembisa hospital. Bagmel, which was Zofika. So I had to go to some shack, MA15. We used to call that place Lutuli House. So that's where I was treated my wound. Yeah, they've seen me limping, but I never told them why, because they will say, look, your politics is uglimaza. So I had to, you know.
So talking about PPF.
Yes.
Can you just please tell me a little bit about PPF, because you're the member of it?
Okay. PPF stands for Progressive Professional Forum. All professionals, your lawyers, your doctors, your engineers, your teachers, those who support the constitution of the country and the ideology of the ruling party, they are members of that organization. So the function of PPF, we call ourselves the think tank and resource base of South Africa.
You call yourself what?
The think tank and resource base of South Africa. It's because all these professionals are in one place with their experience in certain different fields, so we're able to resolve any problems. Because if you come to us, you have an engineering problem, we do have engineers. You come to us, you have a scientific problem, we do have scientists. You come to us, you have a legal problem, we do have lawyers and advocates within us. So what we do there, we assist the government with ideology, with ideas. For example, now there is the pandemic, the corona pandemic. The government had to open the National Coronavirus Command Team. So as professionals, we have to send doctors there, we have to send scientists who will be able to give them ideas based on medical research, based on medical information which they have. In education, we do have educational specialists. We still remember there was this opening and closing of schools and all this particular happening. So the government needed strategy, especially NG, the Minister of Education. Sorry. All right. They wanted ideas on how can they manage this COVID-19 within the schools. So as professionals, we have to come in, give them ideas. We'll sit with them on the Zoom meeting. There is economical issue, the travel and tourism industry. It was hit hard. We had to stay with, to sit with the Minister of Tourism. It was Minister Kensani Kubai. Give them ideas on how we can open up the economy and how can we bring things which they will assist in opening up the economy and the sector holistically.
The whole product of Ivory Park, Uda.
Sure.
And everything that you just explained, you there.
Yes.
So let's talk about what 76, what 78.
Ward 78 is my ward where I grew up. Actually, it's my political home.
And you held a position there?
Yes. I started as a deputy chairman ANC Youth League for almost 3-4 years in that branch until demarcation. After demarcation, my ward was moved to 133, where I've become the branch executive committee member.
If I can take you a little bit back, right? You once worked at airport, right?
Yes.
And you held a position there. It seems like every opportunity and a chance you get, you grab it with both hands and automatically become somebody there. When did you leave airport?
You know, my motto is that if you do something, do it to the best of your ability, irrespective of what. The time I was grilling beggars, I was grilling them, you know, with style, to such a point that I was promoted to become a barman.
Hey, man.
So if you give yourself 100% commitment in everything you do, you'll achieve greater results in that part. Don't undermine that this is a smaller thing, let me just do it for just. In my dictionary, in my vocabulary, the word for just doesn't exist. Give me anything, I'll do it to the best of my ability,
no,
irrespective
50%.
of what. No.
100 or not.
Yes.
So again, tell me more about the power of mind. There's a book that you wrote.
Yes.
Called The Power of Mind. And besides, ladies and gentlemen, he is also an author. I'm sorry, man, but it's fine. Let him tell you a journey of a power of mind. How did he decide to write a book?
Okay. The Power of Mind is a collection of my experience in life, my suffering, my hustling, my pushing. So actually, I have to jot all my struggles into a book so that people, they can read and learn a couple of things there. The book is a collection. It's a collection of 10 chapters. First chapter is the power of positive thinking. So in that chapter I deal with your mind, because I believe that the mind is one of the best gifts God has ever given to mankind. The proper use of our mind produces great results. So in the book, I've encouraged the dedication and commitment to explore the power of the mind, to stretch our thinking beyond the boundaries of our circumstances. So that's your first chapter there.
In that book?
Yeah.
The book of yours?
Yes.
Power of mind.
The power of mind. So that's what I unpack. We have Master Little Things, chapter 2. We have Chasing Your Dream. We have the power of focus. You know, I believe that people must be focused. We have goal settings. We have opportunistic rejection.
Opportunistic.
Yeah, rejection. I wrote that book that chapter in a very difficult time of my life.
You once had it, besides school, up and down, working, and you once had the difficult chapter in your life.
Yes.
And you still managed to have all the qualifications. We talk about diploma in customer management. We talk about law. We talk about national certificate in business, and you also had difficult chapters in your life.
Yes, there is difficult chapters.
Guys, you also had difficult chapters.
All of us. We put a smile and soldier on. We put a makeup to close our scars. We are not our scars. So that's why you cannot see me and see problems, but there is problems which as a people we go through them daily. There is no one without problems.
So you took your pain at that moment and then decided to turn in a motivation.
Yes.
Why fucking what?
Why? For people to learn. But there in the book there is steps by steps on what I did. This is what I did, what was happening in my mind, the attitude I have, the challenges I've had, how I overcome, a lot of things.
What motivated you to write a book about your life?
I wanted people to learn and to be inspired, to know that irrespective of where you come, looking at my background, where I come from, people they may say, hey, people from that Ivory Park thing, they are going nowhere. People of that Ivory Park, they won't be anything. So I wanted to show them and demonstrate that in life, irrespective of your historical background, you are capable to achieve and attain anything you want. It's all possible. So that's the message I wanted to send.
Via the book?
Yes.
So you, talking about Midrand, you once held a position again in Midrand?
Yes.
Mr Sibisi. How you wabamba my position? Midrand na corner, Benegan.
Yeah.
You were there. What position were you holding in Midrand?
A couple was the chairperson of Midrand's Arts and Culture Forum.
And what was happening in the department?
Okay. Firstly, before you can become part of Midrand's Arts and Culture Forum, you must have something in your branch. So I was running an organization called NKUNA Theatre Production. It's an arts organization. We deal with drama, dance, poetry, and music. So I started that organization. The sole purpose to start that organization because I wanted to take kids out of the street and push them to concentrate on something positive. So I started a group. So I was teaching kids how to dance, how to do drama, poetry, and music. So there were a couple of organizations in Midrand. So for you to be part of that, so we started a forum. So that forum, after 3 years, they elect new leadership. So fortunately enough, I was given an opportunity after 6 years of being part of it to become the chairperson of the structure.
And then why Bamba? Bamba got yasin. The Grotman Lendi Bambegat. Now no petty position in Midrand.
During that time, we were able to do Search My Talent. Search My Talent, we will go to schools and create competitions and identify people who can act and open doors for them.
And after doing that, I believe now you are the former, right? Former in the art and culture.
Yes.
Then now you're holding another position in Midrand. Treasurer General, this thing in Midrand.
Yes.
At Midrand Sports.
Yes.
So you're part of sports?
Sports, arts and culture.
So actually,
day one.
Udago art and culture.
Yeah.
Sport or less.
No, Sangena, look, myself, I'm into developmental, anything which seek to advance the life of a young man, I'm part of it. As long as there is activities happening and positive activities, of course, I'm part of it.
Ne? So you're the secretary at the General Midrand Youth?
Yes, there is an organization called Greater Midrand Youth in Business. So as young people, we also have to organize ourselves. So as a young man, I had to organize other young people who are in business so that when we do things, we do them collectively as young people. That we are young people who are in business and let's go together and look for opportunities. Let's go together and ensure that we work together as young people.
Ne? And so of which you enjoy the position?
Yeah, yes.
And you're doing well.
Yeah, there is a lot of stuff which we have done there.
And when I'm doing your background check, you're one person who hate abuse.
Yes.
And you decided, I'm gonna go against it. What is it that made you to pay much attention in preventing abuse? Because most of people will be like, I'm not part of it, I'm not abusing anybody, I need to focus. But you decided to take it and make it your baby and carry on with it.
My passion is youth development and community development. I've realized that most people, they lack self-motivation, or they have lower self-esteem because of abuse. They've been bullied at school, they've been abused at home. So a person who's been abused, you are hindering that particular person to hit the climax of his motivation.
Oh.
So I'm somebody who likes to inspire others. So I've realized that for you to inspire others, you must also assist with regards to ensure that they are not being abused, they are not being bullied, so that they can be able to explore their ultimate or their climax potential with regards to motivation.
One of your talks. One of your talks, you mentioned that if you want to buy a car, you must have the interior of it, the rim that you're gonna put. I laughed a little bit when you say even the music that you're gonna play in that car. Let's say at the moment there's a young lady or young man somewhere else, if bank account it is 00. What is it that I believe that you need to be motivated. If you have 1,000 rand, you must be motivated to buy a 1,500 shoe, right? If you have 40,000, you can think of golf and something. If it's on 00, how do you pick up the motivation of having the same interior and the wheel and the lights and the music that you're gonna play in the car?
As human, we are designed to achieve and attain anything we want. Anything you see is ours. We just have to unlock it. Just believe that you can unlock it. You have dreamed about owning a show, you are here today. You're owning a show.
Indeed.
And I can tell you that the day you were thinking about this, maybe you didn't have a single camera. You didn't even have 10 rands, but you had a dream. So you cannot stop dreaming because you don't have resources. The more you dream, the more you plan, the more ways the more your mind will generate ideas on how to get there.
Yeah.
So I dream of something without having any basic thing, but my mind will generate ideas for me on how to get there. That's how we are designed. We're designed like that.
Yeah. What is it that you like about what you're doing?
I find fulfillment by seeing people achieving, people progressing. So when I go out and do a talk, I know that it's not in vain. I know that I'm planting a seed, and I'm not planting a seed for a tree to sit in. They say the true meaning of life is to plant a tree under which shadow you're not expected to sit. So in whatever I do, I'm not looking to be paid or to be empowered. I'm looking to change life of people, and by changing life of people, I might be changing my life also, or I might be saving my life. I want to share you a quick story. I was saved. I was nearly being killed in a hijack. Yes, a friend of mine was having an issue somewhere, so I had to go and assist him. When I come back, the car was driving the guys who were looking for it. Same car. So some city golf passed. I pass it again. They look at me. They reversed. They passed and left. The following day, a young man approached me and said, "Sir, were you the one who was driving around Winnie Mandela going to Ivory?" I said, "Yes." I said, "Hey, we nearly hijacked you." I told them, I had to beg them that, look, no, as much as I'm doing what I'm doing, but I've seen you transforming the life of my community. I've seen you transform the life of my younger sister. I've seen you transforming the life of young people in our community. I have to beg them not to take your car. It's a true story. So that day, I don't know what could have transpired. They could have hijacked me. Maybe I was gonna fight back. Maybe they killed me.
Then we lose one of the important people in our lives. Those who never got an opportunity to talk to you, they will never get it again. Besides that, beside your book, A Power of Mind, what else do you read?
Let me start with my favorite book which inspired me to write books.
Okay.
The work of James Allen.
James Allen.
Yeah, As a Man Thinketh.
As
a Man Thinketh.
Okay.
Yeah, that book, it deals with the mind, how you can squeeze your mind to achieve and attain anything you want. The guy there tells us that we have everything here we want.
In our engine.
Yeah, it's here. How can you take it from here to here?
Make it to a product.
Yes. So that's my favorite book. The work of Dr. Johnson Spencer, Who Moved My Cheese. The guy talked about 2 mouths. So actually the book is a story about change, how to deal with change in your life. What happened today when you wake up, the breadwinner of the house is not there anymore? What will you do? Or if you lose your job,
what is the alternative?
Yes. So the guy there talks about 2 mouse who live in a maze. So they will wake up every day, they go into a room full of cheese. They will eat that cheese, enjoy, play with it. So it happened that one day when they get there, the cheese was not there anymore. So one mouse started to cry, "Who moved my cheese? Who moved my cheese?" The other one said, "Look, let's go, buddy, and look for a better cheese." The other one said, "No, we will not get another better cheese than this one. This was the best beautiful cheese ever." Sometimes in your life, it happens that you get fired into a very high position and you start crying that you will never get any big job than this one. So these 2 mouths, the other one, every day it will come and cry in that room. The other one left the room and start to look for a better cheese. So the one who went out to look for a better cheese, on the way, it will come across smallanyana cheese, eat to survive. It may be you being fired, trying to get a job. On your way, you will get peace job nyana to keep you surviving. That other one died of hunger because it didn't do anything besides crying. So the book is all about making a change. At the end of the story, the other mouse who decided to go and look for a cheese, it opened a door. The room was full of cheese. Everything was made of cheese. The table, the TV, everything was cheese. Whereas that other one died of hunger, believing that there is no better cheese other than the one which it was moved there.
I know that you're not a selfish person. In everything that you do, in the money that you're getting, the little that you're having, you decided to share it with a couple of charities. Can you just please name the charities that you're working with?
Okay, I work with 3 charities in Ivory Park. The Love of Older People. The name of the charity is called Ubuntu Senior Citizen. It's a old age home. So I work with them. I assist them with a couple of stuff. There is a Tutugane Center, it's an orphanage. I also work with them. There is Sakisizwe. It's also an orphanage. I also work with them. I assist them with a couple of things there in the orphanage.
In 60 seconds, what can you say to our viewers? The word of encouragement and motivation.
The word of what I can tell them is that they need to focus. An elephant hunter does not go around throwing stones at birds because he knows that he's hunting the elephant. So as the people, we should stop focusing on smaller things which they are not intended to assist us on our goal. We need to focus on what we want and where we want to be, and leave smaller squabbles to the squabblers. In life, there is what to fight for and what not to fight for. So we must not just go and fight everything. We must fight for what will assist us to achieve what we want to achieve in life.
Ladies and gentlemen, DE_the president. I had a lovely interview with the Honorable Mr Bongani Sibisi. Bona, one of the best. How do we go to the next interview of ours? Let's talk with the president. How can we go Instagram, go YouTube, Facebook, the producer of the show, Skumba, PS NKUNA. How about you? The Honorable, I thank you and thank you for your time.
No, thanks a lot. It was a great honor for me to be here.
Thank you, sir.